Well, we'll see if I can maneuver. This is the first time I've done my presentation for Rock from the Heart where I've actually had slides. So if I fumble and I mumble, I apologize, but we're going to get through this. I just want to thank everyone for being here. We've been doing this since 2019. We're working to grow it every year, but as we know that while heart disease is something that we hear about a lot, aortic disease is that overlooked condition, and it's what we're here to bring the spotlight to today. Now, do I press the forward button? Okay. Aortic disease is a silent killer. There's no warning signs. It can affect anyone, regardless of the age and background. Many people who develop it have no idea they're at risk until suddenly they are. For some, it comes as a shock, but for others, survival hinges on awareness, early detection, and access to care. The reality is, many people don't see it coming, and that's exactly what happened to Pete, our founder. One moment, he was living his life, making music, playing his drums with gigs every weekend, planning our future. He wasn't expecting to need open heart surgery. He wasn't expecting his life to change. Cardiac rehab picture, and my superhero. Rock from the Heart was born out of our experience, out of the realization that too many people don't know they're at risk, and too many lives are lost simply because people didn't have the knowledge or access to early screenings. Aortic disease doesn't care who you are. It doesn't matter if you've spent your life performing in front of thousands or working behind the scenes. We've seen how it affects musicians, people known for their energy, stamina, and passion for performing. And we've seen how awareness has helped them get the care they needed. Aortic disease does not discriminate. It affects people of all ages, backgrounds, and yes, rock stars. Among those who faced serious heart conditions include, am I going to say this right, Pete? Kazim Sultan, the bassist for Todd Rundgren, Blue Oyster Cult, and Meatloaf. He survived an aortic dissection. Mark Schumann, the drummer for Pink and Foreigner, underwent open heart surgery for an atrial septal defect, a hole in the heart, and was discovered later in life. And Tom Peterson, the bassist for Cheap Trick, Pete, give him a hand, who also just several years ago had heart surgery to repair replace his aortic valve, and I believe he had an aneurysm repaired as well. We've had the honor to meet and share Rock from the Heart story with some of these incredible survivors. Jeff Tate, Queensryche's iconic frontman, had aortic valve replacement surgery in 2022. I met him a couple of weeks ago, bucket list, big time. Even bigger bucket list was Richie Faulkner. He's been Judas Priest's guitarist for many years. He survived a life-threatening acute aortic dissection while he was performing the encore at a concert. He kind of felt those pains. They were within 4 minutes of a hospital. Pete and I met him. We were honored to be invited to a Judas Priest concert in Rochester last fall and got to go backstage and talk to Richie for an extended period of time, share stories. And when they tell you that they bring the wife in, they bring the family in to have that last conversation, that's where he was at. And to be there at a concert watching him just rock with his guitar just like he did before. That picture was taken that night that we met him from the stage in Rochester. That's the power of information, survival, early detection, and getting that care saves his lives. And my personal favorite, my buddy Kelly Keggy, of Night Rangers drummer and vocalist, he underwent heart surgery to repair a valve defect. Little Kelly's story, Rock from the Heart, is actually kind of Kelly's fault. I don't know if you want to call it that, but the year that Pete was going to have his surgery after 2 years post-diagnosis, we knew that Kelly was out 8 weeks for a heart surgery that summer. And their first show was here in Fargo at RibFest. So Pete and I drove from the cities and we came to see Night Ranger perform 8 weeks after Kelly's heart surgery to replace his valve. And that was the first day when Pete and I looked at each other and said, okay, we can start planning our lives because you're going to be up there drumming 8 weeks after your heart surgery. Pete calls it the Kelly Kagi barometer for recovery from heart surgery. 8 weeks, you'll be drumming again and getting paid to do it. To those we've not met yet, stay tuned. I'm working on it. I'm working on making those connections too and welcoming them to the Rock from the Heart family. Now we need your help. If you believe in what we're doing, if you believe that lives can be saved through awareness and education, I ask you to just please take action today. Get involved. You can volunteer out at the place. We've got volunteer sign-ups just to let us know that you're interested. Help get involved by many ways. Even though we're based in Minneapolis, we've got board members and volunteers across the United States, because not everything we do is in person. We do a lot of outreach. The presentations you see today are being recorded. They'll be chopped up into a playlist, and we'll reshare those videos on the internet and in support groups online to get the word out to more people. We're always looking to grow our team. Follow us on social media. Grab your phone right now, pick up your phones, find us on Facebook, we're on Instagram, LinkedIn, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're out there, and the more people that we have following, the greater impact we can have, and the better our goal to just continue to fill these rooms and to bring more and more people in to hear these presentations and to get this knowledge. Become a sponsor. We're grateful to have sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, Sanford, who's believed in us and is back for their second year. Longtime sponsor, Edwards Life Sciences, who have been there every single year since we started. We have sponsorship packages at every level. If you're a small business that just has $100 to contribute, we have a place for you in Rock from the Heart. Attend an event. Tomorrow night, today is the educational piece of our program. Tomorrow night, we rock. There are still tickets available for tomorrow night's concert. Gina Schock, who spoke just a few minutes ago, will be drumming with Pete, 2 drum kits on stage. Incredible evidence of the power of survival when you've got 2 people that are the heartbeat of their bands playing together in perfect sync, and they survived. They're still here to bring that music and that magic to you. Make a donation. On your table, there is a magnet. There's maybe more than one magnet. Take that magnet, scan the QR code, takes you right to our donation page to make a donation. Whether you donate $5 or $500, every dollar helps us to continue to bring this to you. It continues to help us, market the event, to help us develop our YouTube channel, to develop the educational resources, and to make those connections, to take what we're doing here in this room to the world. Because as many of our speakers have said, this is an underdiagnosed condition. Everybody hears about cardiovascular disease, which is great. We've learned about that. But when it comes to aortic dissection and aortic valve disease, it's rare. And if you don't know about it, you don't know what to check. We had our people here, that have the family history of that. All of a sudden, you've got a bunch of family members who have died suddenly, and maybe it's because there was something aortic. If they didn't do the autopsies and do the research, you don't know. So pay attention to that family history. Get involved. Help us amplify our message and bring this to the world. We'd love you to stick around after the presentations. I know we're going to have some turnover as the afternoon goes on because the people who are coming who are at work will be coming. And then we transition to having a little bit of fun at 6 o'clock with a cocktail reception. We've got raffles, drawings, we've got T-shirts. You'd be surprised how many people see a Rock from the Heart T-shirt. I love my T-shirts in the wild pictures, so get a Rock from the Heart T-shirt. Take a picture somewhere exotic and send it to us. We'd love to share that on our social media. People will ask you, what is Rock from the Heart? And that's another way to help us amplify our message. And then there's also, if you notice all the handcrafted items, I don't have a lot of money to give myself, but I have time. So I sew on the weekends and the evenings. So everything you see out there that's like crafted, the flannels and everything, I personally made those with love from the heart. So any of those that you walk away with, that's my way to give back to the cause as well. Every t-shirt sold, every raffle ticket bought, every donation made helps us continue sharing these rock star survivor stories and reaching the next person who needs to hear them. Managing your aortic disease takes courage, knowledge, optimism, and a willingness to share and ask for support. Wherever you are in your journey, we'd like to help. Contact us if there's something you'd like to see on our website, and keep checking back in. We'll have new content all the time, and hopefully more pictures of me with rock stars who are survivors. You all have a place in our community. Rock from the Heart is more than just an event. It's a feeling, it's a family. And if I could just one more time have the survivors in the room please stand up. You are why we're here. And then one final one, if we could get anybody who is a caregiver or a family member, please stand up. You are just as important and just as affected. Now we'll get things back on track with our next speakers. Thank you for listening to my spiel. Thank you for being here. We love you all, and on to the next.
Thank you for being a part of the Rock from the Heart community and for joining us today. Your presence and engagement make a huge difference in raising awareness and building a stronger support network for those affected by aortic and heart valve disease. Thank you so much for attending today.